Hello everyone, I'm Freaky, welcome to the video. Today I'm going to be reacting to SANS versus KORO-SENSEI, Undertale versus Assassination Classroom, Death Arena. So if you guys haven't seen this video, please go watch that video first. This is what's that? Come back, watch me, what's this? So let's continue. Okay, when it comes to SANS, yeah, I kind of sort of know him, because, you know, I mean, like, he's all over the place. I mean, yeah, I mean, he's got, like, you know, the whole, you know, game of his, and there's also, course, I mean, I haven't, like, you know, watched Assassination Classroom, so you know, both these guys are a mystery to me. So knowing these sort of videos, it looks like I'm going to be educated on who they are. So without further ado, let's get to watching. Oh, who do I think? I think Sans, because, you know, I know him more than I do KORO-Sensei. So 3, 2, 1, and go. Seriously, Death Arena, why is your room open so loud?
The art of dodging is one of the most refined techniques in the history of fighting. Especially if the one dodging has a huge scary smile. And when it comes to dodging, these two reign supreme as the most untouchable combatants. KORO-Sensei, the unkillable teacher of the assassination classroom. And SANS, the enigmatic skeleton from Undertale. Which smiling fighter really values their dodging skills? Find out as we see who'll survive in the arena of death. The Underground, the home of the monster race ever since the Great War between their kind and the humans. Long story short, a human kid, taken in by the monsters, was tragically killed in an accident, and when returning their body to the surface above, the humans jumped to the wrong conclusion and attacked, initiating the brutal war that forever separated the two races. Until one day another human child named Frisk fell into the underground, and soon every monster down there wanted to get to know her, kill her, or date her. Weird, I know. But one monster was interested in keeping an eye on Frisk for another reason, the skeleton known as SANS. SANS spent his days in Snowdon with his brother Papyrus, doing things like guarding the outskirts of the buildings, pranking others, and making many different bone-related puns. But SANS' interests went far beyond pranks and puns.
I guess he has a bunch of
Turns out that there existed alternate timelines, and SANS possesses an inside knowledge of both this and the features of the video game he lives in. And with multiple timelines, of course, comes the threats of those who have created the darkest timelines, like Floey the Flower or the ghost of the dead child whose death set in motion the human-monster war. And more often than not, SANS is the one responsible for making sure his own timeline is kept on the path of a happy outcome. With a simple thought, SANS can command bone spikes to jut out at his opponent, perfect for setting up barriers or infuriatingly hard obstacle courses. And for extra infuriation, he has blue bones, which can only be bypassed as long as you are remaining perfectly still. But undoubtedly the best of his attacks are the Gaster Blasters, a series of skulls that shoot a stream of energy. And all these attacks have the added benefit of causing karma damage, which is essentially like poisoning. Also, like most other powerful monsters, he's able to manipulate the souls of others. In his case, it enables him to change their center of gravity at his will. And most bizarre of all is his ability to alter the screen, causing temporary blackouts, actually dodging attacks and even locking a person in place by refusing to take his turn in battle. Essentially, telling Frisk she's come to bargain. In other words, rage quitting, which is what he's capable of driving other people to himself. I mean, he's strong enough to hurt Frisk. When breaking the game's rules, he was able to dodge Frisk's slashes, who himself is able to dodge bolts of lightning. In spite of SANS' strengths, however, he carries a few weaknesses, most notably, his incredible laziness, and his low-level health. It's literally only 1 point. Chuck a pebble at this guy and he's a gunner. Still, there's a good reason why SANS is one of 3 final bosses in the game, because anyone that goes up against and underestimates him is boned. Overall, SANS is a skeleton who loves bad jokes sitting around. His abilities include bone-themed attacks, and removing invincibility. However, it only takes 1 hit to take him down. Assassins come in many different forms, each possessing a unique set of skills to help them kill their target without leaving a trace, but none of them could compete with the greatest assassin of them all, the Reaper. That is until his own apprentice who turned him into the authorities and stole his title. To make matters worse, The now former Reaper was sent to a research lab to be experimented on by madman Kotaro Yanagisawa. However, the Reaper was a bit more cunning than anticipated. By manipulating the researchers, he controlled the experiment so that the antimatter injections would bestow upon him superhuman abilities to make him the ultimate killing machine. The good news was that the rat had been moved to the moon for safety purposes. The bad news was that the explosion was so powerful that it destroyed 70% of the moon, and the Reaper was destined to do the same to Earth next year. Upon hearing this, the Reaper escaped and used his newfound powers to kill everyone in the facility, but came to a halt when Aguri attempted to calm the assassin down and was killed by the lab's defense system. The Reaper later became a teacher at Kunujajayaka Junior High School and began teaching the academic failures of Class 3E. While he has dedicated himself to a pacifist lifestyle, KORO-Sensei possesses numerous abilities perfect for avoiding any possible assassinations. Thanks to his antimatter physiology, he is immune to all sorts of weaponry including knives, bullets, poisons, and even explosives. In fact, his body is so difficult to harm that the government had to create weapons using special material that can harm antimatter beings like KORO-Sensei, but even if he were to be hit, he can simply regenerate all manner of wounds in an instant, although he does drain his stamina upon doing so. KORO-Sensei can also fly, liquefy his body, change color to camouflage himself, and even shed his own skin and use it to ensnare people. If that's not gross enough, his body is covered with a weird mucus that acts like an adhesive so strong it can solidify water. But most importantly, as a giant octopus, he has tentacles everywhere in his body. He can stretch his tentacles to reach faraway objects, and spin them around to use them like drills. However, the greatest function of these tentacles is their incredible speed. KORO-Sensei can move his body with incredible speed and precision, reportedly at maximum speeds of Mach 20 or over 15,000 miles per hour. At these speeds, KORO-Sensei can perform entire actions before his attackers can react. To back up his speed, KORO-Sensei possesses incredible senses. He can pick up on low-frequency sounds, recognize people by their scent, and with his kinetic vision he can keep track of and react to objects that can move faster than himself. This makes KORO-Sensei extremely difficult to catch off guard, but due to his deal to the government he isn't allowed to harm anyone who tries to kill him, so instead he developed a strange inappropriate habit. Though if speed isn't enough to avoid death, KORO-Sensei can concentrate the energy in his body to enter his absolute defense form, which makes him nearly indestructible for 24 hours, albeit he is left completely immobile. While seemingly useless, KORO-Sensei later learned that he can use his energy concentration to unleash a powerful energy blast from his tentacles. But it's important to remember that KORO-Sensei doesn't just rely on his physical abilities. He also possesses a genius intellect and incredible memory that allows him to learn new information in a brief amount of time, including a complete comprehension of anatomy, chemistry, and mechanics. He caught a sniper round with nothing but a piece of candy, and moved precise enough to deflect wind debris with his tentacles while carrying 2 of his students to Hawaii and back. He even dodged the Spear of Heaven, a colossal satellite that fires silent lasers from space. You would think that a former assassin turned super being would be unstoppable, but KORO-Sensei has many weaknesses. He's pretty arrogant and tends to screw up when showing off. But, if you really want to land a hit, you have to find a way to slow him down, and you can do that by destroying or restraining his tentacles. As a bonus, his reaction time also slows down drastically when gets agitated. Sure, it may not matter since his regeneration heals all sorts of wounds, though if he gets hit in the heart with enough force, the blow might take him out for good. Overall, while KORO-Sensei used to be an assassin, he has shown to be a great teacher and deadly fighter. His great intelligence and senses make him extremely powerful, and his antimatter physiology makes him super hard to harm.
It's warm. SANS. That's. Here we go. Up. Alright, here we go, here we go. Dodge. Why don't you dodge? People saw that. Oh, crap baskets. Poor SANS. He's dead. In her murder. Where's the adversary? Poor SANS. Yeah.
Looks like SANS got boned. Calm down, Undertale fans. This fight was a lot closer than you may think. SANS' unpredictable arsenal gave him plenty of means of keeping KORO-Sensei on edge, and their magic properties allowed SANS to harm KORO-Sensei's antimatter body. SANS also had no trouble dodging attacks since he dodged attacks from Frisk, who is clearly faster. However, speed wasn't enough. KORO-Sensei's intelligence and super senses helped him anticipate SANS' next move. Even if SANS could land a few good hits, KORO-Sensei could simply undo the damage with his regeneration. KORO-Sensei's and SANS' abilities are so well suited for fighting each other, that it was difficult to determine who would land the killing blow first. However, one key factor tipped the scales into KORO-Sensei's favor: experience. KORO-Sensei has spent years perfecting the art of assassination to the point where he can best entire armies, giving him far more combat experience than SANS. It doesn't help that KORO-Sensei is pretty good at figuring out other people, like how he helped each of his students with their individual problems. Given enough time, he could easily deduce SANS' fighting style and weaknesses. It didn't even matter that SANS had speed advantage, since KORO-Sensei dealt with plenty of opponents that tried to overcome his mock speeds, like his apprentice, the Reaper, who was basically a faster KORO-Sensei. While SANS could certainly dodge anything KORO-Sensei can throw at him, he has been defeated by sneak attacks in 2 different timelines. Given enough time, KORO-Sensei could use his assassination techniques to catch SANS off guard and land a fatal blow. Despite being fast and unpredictable, SANS couldn't keep up with KORO-Sensei's endurance, abilities, and experience. Looks like KORO-Sensei got his happy ending at the end of this Undertale. The winner is KORO-Sensei.
Super neat. Next time on Death Arena. Lucy. Oh, I saw Elfen Lied, and it was not fun. I tell you that much. So I say it's Lucy and what? Oh, God. Holy crap baskets. Elfen Lied is such a classic. A sad anime. A classic sad one. But you know what? Hey, what can you do? I love Elfen Lied. So, if there's anything you guys want me to react to, just leave in the comments below. And let me... I'll say it again. So, if there's anything you guys want me to react to, just leave in the comments below, and I'll get to that video as soon as I can. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace out. And please don't forget to check out my other social medias. Please go and check out my alternative video platforms: Rumble, Odyssey, BitChute, Twitch, and please come and hang out on my Discord server. We can play games, have a movie night or a series night, or you can watch me play a few games. And if you guys have any suggestions of any videos you want me to react to, or any video ideas in general, you can tell me on my Discord. I'm also on Twitter, Gab, Getter, and Paula. I'm on Locals, Tumblr, Minds, and if you guys want to support me, please go and check out my Subscribestar. It's like Patreon but better. All these things are in the description box below, so please go and check them out and subscribe to them. I'm Geek Freak. Peace out.